Say, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashemi, Oshai, Ba'ashemi, Kakodash. We say the man, apostles and elders agreements on that rule well, or teachers or apostles in the shoot, and we see politicians, so they are coming to put you on truth and say, Dean and Dale, concerning season and season, we see Shalom. Once again, going into a video here, and this basically, I would like to open with the scripture. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 1. You see, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And I say what? I say be occupied in prophecies because again, how you going to know the signs of the times through the prophecies? And that is what we're seeing right now. We're seeing all these things happening. The evil that's taking place in the world, the judgment that's taking place in the world. It's prophecies that the Lord forewarned us about. It's the prophecies that the Lord told us that are going to happen. So the scriptures say, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in the prophecies. Because the things that were written here, right? The things that were written here, we use it now and we bring it out. We bring forth the prophecies. And we're supposed to be occupied. We're supposed to be occupied in it. So obviously we'll be meditating in the scriptures and so forth. Because anytime we see something, we could do a video. We on the streets, we can mention it and so forth. And there's so much of things happening in the world today. So much of things like the banks, the crash of the banks, right? The rising of the technological money and so forth, which will obviously lead to what? The mark of the beast, which is what? A prophecy. So you see how important it is to what? Be occupied in prophecies, right? Because all our talk, talking about this and that currency, you know where it's going to lead to? We're going to lead to the RFID chip, which is what? The mark of the beast, right? We're seeing the wars, the rumors of the wars, all these things that the Lord told us about, the great deaths, the famines, the pestilences that is going to take hold of this place. The Lord warned us about these things. I did some video some days ago talking about the fear of these people, and the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord from these people had gone. They basically talk the session upon that they don't fear the Lord. You see the mockery they do against the Lord. You see the things they do, like recently what Brazil did, right? What Brazil did, and they received judgment for what it is they do, right? But nonetheless, the fear they go. You know what? All the time they wasn't feeling, but now they're going to feel. They're going to know that fear because again, the Lord say, well, you going to number them to the what? To the sword, to the slaughter, right? But at the end of the day, we're supposed to be what? And say, be what? And be occupied in prophecies. So I brought up, I was watching, on YouTube here, I was watching the posts and the videos that the brother's been putting up. And majority of the posts that they put out, majority of the things that they uploading, is seeing things about what? Destruction, and seeing things about things crashing, it's seeing pestilences, diseases, it's seeing turmoils and torments and all these things happening around the world right now. Right now, the place is not. Right now, this place is not a good, not in a good state. Right. Let me bring forth a scripture here. This is This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. You see, this know also that in the last days perilous time shall come. And when you look at the word perilous, it means something of imminent danger. You're at risk of something happening, chaos, right? So it say what? This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And again, we see now the perilous times, and that is what make me bring up this was spark when I went on the YouTube, seeing all the brothers post all the links, all the pages, and all the news articles and so forth, but a whole lot different stuff happening around the world. I say, let me just go and type up on Google what's happening in the world today, right? And let's run through the things happening around the world today. It say death toll from Cyclone Freddy rises to 190. It say Australians want to avoid crocodile-infested waters after a record break-in. It say Cyclone Freddy kills at least 99. So we don't know read that. It say only 13 countries and territories had healthy air quality in 2022. So you're seeing the turmoil that's taking place. You're seeing how this place is unhealthy, unclean, even by the works and by the things being done inside of it. Even the air quality not good. We're living in a contaminated place. They say Australia, the UK and US are joining forces in the Pacific, but will nuclear subs arrive quick enough to counter China? What's that? The Lord told us about what? The wars, the rumors of the wars. Again, we in these perilous times, the times of what? Imminent danger. We are the last. All these things that happen in here is what? Prophecies. Right? Prophecies that has taken place. Say who do here go feel? Understand? Who will here go feel? Because these prophecies is happening and taking place. These are the things that the Lord warned us about, the things that are going to happen. I tell you the things that are going to happen, particularly at the end. So he said, this know also that in the last days perilous time shall come. In the last days perilous time shall come, and that is what we're seeing right now. Right? We're seeing that right now. So let's go down again. It said Linsky vows justice after video appears to show Ukrainian soldiers. We see what some things we see. And say Taiwan unveils its new combat and surveillance drones as China threat grows. And China already warned Taiwan that they're coming to take it over. And again, all these things happening is because America causing all this back and up. But we know all these things is what? Prophecies. Right? All these things is prophecies for nations, or rather against nation, kingdom against kingdom. We've seen these things. All these things is prophecies. That's why the scripture say what? Be occupied, and be occupied in prophecies. All these things that they read in here is things that that written in the scriptures. It's things that you could go, you could read, you could find. Right? Let's say, let me jump back to verse Ecclesiastes chapter 39. Let me jump to verse 2. We say, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. And as straight as they say, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. And we know them dark parables is not for everybody. Right? It's imagine verse 5. It says he will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him. Seek the Lord before the evil days come. And we in those evil times. We in those evil days. And from here on out, it's only going to get worse. It's the beginning of sorrows. Right? Let's read. It says Zai's tightens grip, hardened stance on US. Key takeaways from China's annual political meetings. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. We're seeing that. And we know we're going to lead to. We're going to lead to what? That great war. That third war. It's a Ukraine orders evacuation from liberated city as Russians creep closer again. Japan court orders retrial to the longest serving. It's an international criminal court to open war crimes cases over Russian invasion of Ukraine. So you see where, again, you see where it is taking place. With all these things, Mexico's president saying Mexico is safer than the US. Because again, these people know what is going to happen to America. They know what's going to happen to them again, and that's a prophecy. That place is going to be what? Destroyed. Those nukes going and hit. Because we see in the hatred that these other nations having for them. Right, so it say he shall serve him. It say he will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplications for his sins. Right. So yeah. Again, this is just some. Watch. All these things says prophecy in the Supreme Court to consider same-sex marriage case. So you're seeing all these things, the evil that is in the world, the evil that's contaminating this place. And the judgment is going to be what? You're going to see Bacchanal go and happen. The judgment is soon to hit this place. And I would say perilous times. Again, when you look at the word perilous, it means close to or imminent danger, yet imminent risk. You understand? So at any time, anything can happen. That's why the Lord said to show yourself as a man. The time that we coming into is another time to play. Right? Again, you see the joining of the nations, you see what is going on. Banks shutting down, all these things, banks closing, stock markets crashing. Hey, we in those evil days. We in those evil times. Right? So take heed, pay attention, seek the Lord. Turn back to the Lord. Right? So with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yoshai, Ba'Shem Kakodash. We say that when apostles and elders agree with son and rule, our teachers or apostles and shoot. And we say salutations, so they are coming to push on to them and say, Din and the out. Constantly in season of season, we say, Shalom.